today we have to talk about Baby Doge because we just had a severe market crash. Everything is crashing right now, everything's down. We're going to talk about what just happened and where Baby Doge is more likely to go next. And, anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice, but let's get straight into it. So, as you can see, we went all the way down to 8Z 1130. So that is a huge drop, but we had this wedge pattern that was giving us signals. So this wedge pattern turned out to be bearish. And then we also had a pattern coming up here on the MACD, no, the percent arc trend exhaustion, which also turned out to be pretty bearish. So the video yesterday, it was up around here. And then as you can see, it's pulled back since then. And you can see this pattern is, it followed the wedge to a T pretty much. So that was pretty bearish for us, but it looks like we've actually broken out there, similar to how we are looking on the charts as well. If you look over here, we've also broken out of that same area. So if we are to continue to pull back here inside of Baby Doge, I think we're more than likely going to pull back here to 8Z1110, which is the blue Fibonacci down here. And hopefully 8Z1. If we hit 8Z1, that's going to present a huge buying opportunity for a lot of people, right? Now we are down 10.7% in the last 24 hours, 7% in the last 7 days, and now 37% in the last year. That's pretty crazy. And yeah, the volume at 16.5 million, but we know it's all selling. 206 million inside of market cap. So yeah, Baby Doge has pretty much dumped. We really don't have any reason why everything dumps. We just got a bunch of liquidations in the market, a lot of liquidations. And as everything dumps, we were actually seeing large inflows of money going into these managed funds. So I truly feel like the institutional investors are doing what they do best. They're manipulating the market. They're dropping the prices. Now they're buying at lower prices. If you actually look at a lot of the articles that are being put out now, they're all saying how the largest inflow of institutional investors than like the past month has just now came in. And also, we also have a lot of liquidations happening in the market as well. As you can see, crypto market liquidation shoots 1.7 billion amid Bitcoin altcoins crash. So a lot of people are speculating, talking about how the sell-off was likely reflected from the buildup of excess leverage in the aftermath of the Fed's decision on Thursday. So there's a lot of reasons that this can be going down, but the main thing you need to be focused on is what are the big whales doing? What are the big players doing? So crypto funds see 1.9 billion inflows as Bitcoin ETFs extend streak. So that's a pretty big step considering we just had a crash, right? Bitcoin ETFs drove crypto funds gains last week, posting 4 consecutive weeks of inflows, totaling 3.9 billion according to Social Value. So if the institutional investors are still gathering billions worth of Bitcoin and other cryptos, then there's really no reason we should be worried. They're just trying to shake the weak hands out so they can continue to buy at lower prices. We've seen this so many times. This is what they do. They try to shake the weak hands out. So you have to be careful because you can get shaken out and end up selling your position right before another pump happens. As you can see over here, the crypto fear index is still pretty neutral, so it's not necessarily extremely fearful. It's still neutral. So I think we're still inside of a good space here for the crypto market. This is just a pullback, and we just got to be patient and wait for what happens next. So this is really the time where you should be, dollar cost averaging. Now that doesn't mean that prices can't drop even more. There's still a risk prices going lower here. So like I said before, I still expect Baby Doge to go a little bit lower. So I would probably either you can dollar cost average now or you can do it as it goes lower. But either way, we're probably going to have some more pullbacks here inside of the market. We also have some signals from Bitcoin showing that selling is slowing down a little bit. We hit a solid support down here at 112K, but we could still go down even further. So you have to be careful here. Have to be careful. Also, if you look over here at the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, we still have a ways to go according to the MACD. The MACD is still showing a lot of selling pressure right there, as you can see. So the selling pressure may continue to speed up. And then we are also seeing the percent arc trend exhaustion on the 4-hour chart slowly but surely trending downwards. The long-term trend being the blue line trending downwards, as well as the white line being the short-term trend trending downwards, which is kind of bottomed out. So we might see, the increase short-term like we're seeing now, this little bounce that we're having. But I think this little bounce that we're having could quite possibly be temporary. But look, the market is absolutely, it's unpredictable at this point, right? It's unpredictable at this point. Like at this point, things are just looking bad here. But if you think about it like this, if you look back here at the percent arc trend exhaustion, we had signals here showing that we were overbought and overexhausted. It was only a matter of time. It was going to pull back eventually. So all is well. I don't think this is a bad thing. I think this is just the start of the next rally. This is usually how it happens. We see it every single time. Start of a new rally. So you can kind of see here how we have like big pullbacks followed by gains, big pullbacks followed by gains, pullbacks followed by more gains. So there is a possibility that this pullback can have us building that momentum back up to create new all-time highs. Technically speaking, if this were to happen inside of Bitcoin, then you can kind of come back here and predict how much you would see inside of these gains. So let's go ahead and pull up the range for the gains here and lift it up to here. So if we went back to previous all-time highs, it would be a 10% gain. And when we look at the previous pullback, this would be a, let's see, that would be 10%. So if we are going to follow this to a T again, we should have another 10% inside of gains here. But again, we could continue to trend downwards. And something that I'm kind of worried about is a downtrend in the making, like a trend line in the making. So if this happens like this, you can see this dropping a little bit lower and then trying to come up and then getting rejected again. And if it is what we think it is, it kind of looks like we're creating a channel here before our next breakout. So this happens a lot, and you just have to, be on your game. But it does seem like we are creating a channel here on Bitcoin. Remember the last channel, and then we ended up breaking out bullish here on that last channel. And if this touches it a third time, then this is a approved channel here. So it could drop down, like I was saying before, to that Fibonacci at 104K, possibly even down to 101K. So it could look like something like this and then trying to break past, right? And then having a breakout from there. So it looks like we are forming that channel. So anyways, this is still bullish for the market, but we should see some more pullbacks in time. We should still see some more pullbacks here. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know your plans. Are you planning to dollar cost average and buy more? Me personally, I'm just going to sit around a little bit. I feel like buying more at this point is kind of premature. I do feel like the prices can drop a little bit more. So me personally, I won't be buying more. I do think it's going to pull back some more. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. And as always, I'll be back with another video.